It's an issue which cost the government seats last month. This past weekend, it triggered a protest stretching thousands of kilometres. The Lock the Gate Alliance took their anti-CSG message to highways, with protesters lining roads from central New South Wales across the border into Queensland.
From Dubbo to the Pilliga and further north across the border, these protesters had just one message. A protest stretching more than 2,000 kilometres across highways and roads as demonstrators took their message to any drivers who'd listen. Their biggest concerns? Water contamination and its impact on local agriculture.
This whole area relies on water to be productive farming, and until science has proven that it doesn't affect water quality, then I think there should be a mandatory moratorium on coal seam gas.
The protest quickly gained momentum online, with people posting on social media sites under the hashtag CSG Free Highway. A contentious election issue. It cost Mike Baird's government seats last month. It claims CSG is part of the state's long-term energy solution and insists it can do so safely. But these protesters aren't convinced.
This message is going to be clear that if the government isn't going to do this for the people will do it. We will shut down these licences, we will shut down these gas fields.
The government insists CSG is needed to fuel our ongoing energy demands. But if this protest is any indication, they've still got a long way to go convincing regional residents coal seam gas is the right solution. Evie Madden, Prime 7 News.
This is Win News.
Tonight, the nation's longest roadside protest targets coal seam gas exploration. Good evening, I'm Jeff Phillips. Protesters from across the Central West have staged Australia's longest roadside protest against coal seam gas. That as submissions for CSG landholder compensation are about to open.
Driving along the Newell Highway, you would have seen some passionate protesting yesterday. Covering more than 2,800 kilometres from regions across New South Wales and Queensland, these protesters have a message for the government.
This message is going to be clear that if the government isn't going to do this for the people will do it. We will shut down these licences, we will shut down these gas fields.
And the Department of Primary Industries says it's listening.
What we've seen in the past from the people that issued the licences, like confetti, the Labor Party, when they were handing these things out, they had spin but no solution. We've got the solution, and that's the gas plant.
Starting in Dubbo, the protest went through towns along the Newell Highway, including Coonabarabran and Narrabri, finishing up in Queensland at Chinchilla. That's 750 kilometres worth of protests. The protesters want to make sure no further damage happens in Australia like it has in America.
We've seen poisons on land, we've seen poison in water. We are not going to take it in Australia.
But Steve Wright from the Energy Resource Information Centre says the protesters have it wrong.
In the USA, the Environmental Protection Authority has stated clearly that there has been no instance of water contamination. And in Australia, the New South Wales chief scientist came to exactly the same conclusion after an 18-month investigation.
Annabelle Amos, Win News.